Well, it's all f***ing over. I am officially losing every f***ing thing. This farm is getting f***ing sold. I have gone f***ing broke. Months ago, I f***ing screamed my warning to farmers and ranchers, and they didn't f***ing listen. And honestly, I didn't f***ing listen either. I didn't listen enough. And now I am paying the price, I am paying the consequences, and they are coming after every farmer and rancher next. It's not just me. They showed up a couple months ago. This started, and it only took 2 months for me to lose everything.
You don't regret your vote. You don't. You just don't like the fact that your vote is affecting you. You thought it was going to affect everybody around you because you're a hateful person and didn't realize that was a boomerang. You threw that and it hit you right the fuck in the forehead. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And it's right on time, baby. It ain't even been a year. It ain't even been a motherfucking year, and you regret your motherfucking vote because you didn't think that it will affect you.
So, MAGA supporters are finding themselves in a classic what I ordered versus what I got scenario. They thought they were getting a heaven-sent superhero, but turns out their God-sent daddy can't stop pulling surprise plot twists straight out of a political soap opera. Every day, a new betrayal. And now, they're on social media, ranting like toddlers denied dessert, hoping we'll feel sorry for them.
And nobody seems to care. Nobody wants to help. They say you brought this on yourself. You opened this door. You did this to yourself, you farmers and ranchers. I didn't know that bringing home one little baby jackrabbit and then feeding it after midnight would make it multiply into thousands of fucking jackrabbits, and they would start eating my fucking cows and make me go broke because I don't have any fucking cows left. Guys, the jackrabbits are done with my farm. I'm selling everything. They will be coming for yours next. Heed my warnings. Don't let the thumper monkeys at your door.
But here's the kicker. We warned them. We put up billboards, dropped facts like mixtapes, pleaded, protested, even memed our way through the madness trying to say, hey, Trump 2.0 is not the reboot you think it is. But nope. They proudly kept chanting Make America Great Again, like it was a sacred hymn and not just a glorified marketing slogan.
I saw a post on TikTok the other day saying that MAGA is a word in Nigeria, and I had to fact check it. My brother-in-law is Nigerian. So I asked him on Snap, and he says, in Nigeria, MAGA is a slang term that originates from the Yoruba language. It refers to a person who's easily deceived or tricked, often in the context of scams or fraudulent schemes. The term is commonly used in discussions about internet scams, where someone is seen as a MAGA if they fall victim to a scammer's tactics. The word has become popular in Nigerian pidgin English and is often used humorously or colloquially. So I guess they named themselves appropriately, at least.
Even when Trump, in broad daylight with cameras rolling and zero shame, told them exactly who he was, that all he wanted was their votes and nothing more, they still didn't catch the red flags. The man basically screamed, "It's not you, it's me, wanting power," and they replied, "Aw, daddy, you're so honest." Now, regrets are pouring in like an endless fountain at a MAGA banquet. So buckle up, folks. This emotional roller coaster is just getting started. And honestly, grab your popcorn and settle in, because nothing hits quite like fresh, salty MAGA tears.
Never want to hear another Red Hatter say that they support veterans.
I don't want to hear another thank you for your service.
I
don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You
Emotional roller coaster is just getting started. And honestly, grab your popcorn and settle in, because nothing hits quite like fresh, salty MAGA tears.
Never want to hear another Red Hatter say that they support veterans.
I don't want to hear another thank you for your service.
I
don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You fuckers took my mental health care. The one thing that keeps me from killing people, from losing my goddamn mind. You took my goddamn peace of mind. You
They fired his doctor, so they didn't tell us. Just waited until it was his appointment time, and then she never showed up. Then he called to find out where she was. He said she got fired.
Oh, Sleepy Joe, he's too old.
Okay. Shall we compare what your syphilis brain septuagenarian has done in the last 2 weeks? Last week, he talked about how impressed he was that Barron could turn his laptop on within 5 minutes of turning it off. Holy shit, that's crazy! This week, he claimed that he didn't sign the proclamation that invoked the Alien Enemies Act. Gee, then why is your signature at the bottom, buddy? The guy can't form a complete f***ing thought, and every one of you ass-kissers chalks it up to, it's the weave. He also can't pronounce a single f***ing word without slurring it. Isaac Neutron! Tesla! Seriously, every one of you red-hatted fucks can't form an opinion that isn't based completely on hypocrisy. Not one. And just so we're all clear on this alien enemies thing, you guys have two choices. One, you can feed into the lie that he didn't sign it, which means someone forged his signature. Marco Rubio. Or you f***ing half-wits can admit the fact that your president is f***ing demented. It's your choice, I really don't care, because either one makes you look exactly as f***ing dumb as you are. Wouldn't it be nice if we weren't being ruled by a guy who's riddled with both incontinence and incompetence? Oh wait, we had that choice and you idiots f***ed it up in November.
One sad thing, and I mean truly sad in a facepalm with both hands kind of way, is that a majority of these regretful MAGA voters? Yeah, they might just do it again. That's right. After all the betrayal, the broken promises, the chaos, they could still stroll into that voting booth and say, yup, I want another round of this hot mess. Why? Because Trump knows his audience. The man literally said with his whole chest that he loves the uneducated. And if you've been paying attention or even halfway awake during civics class, that wasn't a random comment. That was strategy. See, if you look closely, many of the red states, those deep MAGA red flag-waving, truck-parading states, are the ones with the lowest education levels and the highest poverty rates in the country. We're talking states where folks are working 2 jobs, still can't afford rent, and somehow believe a billionaire with gold-plated toilets is fighting for the common man. It's not about smarts, really. It's about manipulation. Trump's entire playbook thrives on selling dreams dipped in nostalgia and fear, especially to communities that have been economically neglected for decades. And when hope is scarce, a con man with a microphone starts to look like a messiah.
Senator Grassley, I'm 70. And I am more scared today than I ever been. And I don't care if you're a Trump supporter or not, the man has divided us. And he's taken someone like you that I've looked up to all my life. They don't speak for us.
It ain't even been a motherfucking year and you regret your motherfucking vote because you didn't think that it will affect you. You live in Timbuktu, in the middle of nowhere. You're on medical assistance, okay, through the federal government. On top of that, you get your housing through the government. You get your food stamps through the government. You probably had a government job as motherfucking well. So guess what? All of that has been affected now. And all of a sudden, oh, I didn't know. I didn't. Oh my God, I have an epiphany now. I can see that it was wrong. No, bitch. This is the problem with America. You bitches do shit that affects everybody else. And you be like, well, not me. Quickly, them tables turn on your motherfucking ass. Now you like the rest of us. Struggling, sad, disappointed, frustrated, angry. That's okay. Stand in it.
Life under Trump's America was pitched as a patriotic comeback, a bold reset for the so-called forgotten man. But now, in the thick of Trump 2.0, many of his most loyal supporters are waking up to a cold, bitter truth. What they were promised and what they're living through are miles apart. Trump's second term hasn't just picked up where the first left off, it's intensified. From sweeping executive orders to the gutting of major federal departments, the landscape of American governance is shifting fast, and for many, not in the direction they hoped. Let's start with education. Trump 2.0 is overseeing the dismantling of the U.S. Department of Education. Student loan management is being handed over to the Small Business Administration. Yes, the SBA. Critics warned that this handoff is untested and risky, especially as reports reveal the SBA plans to slash staffing while taking on a $1.6 trillion loan portfolio. Meanwhile, special education programs are being shuffled to the Department of Health and Human Services, raising serious questions about continuity and care. Then there's Social Security. In a move that's flown under the radar, the administration has scrapped the option for seniors to access benefits via phone. Now, it's online or bust, But what happens to rural and low-income Americans, especially the elderly who don't have access to broadband or transportation to the nearest Social Security office? With field offices closing under budget cuts, the most vulnerable are being left behind. So here's the question. If policies are hurting the very communities that rallied behind him, what will it take for those voters to demand better? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Is America facing a wake-up call or just hitting snooze? If you enjoyed this report, hit that like button. See you in the next episode.